Hello, my name is Parisa Maymond, and today we'll explore how to use Microsoft Copilot effectively for crafting prompts. This is a valuable AI tool that all UWM faculty have. Step one would be if you can go to copilot.microsoft.com, which is my screen here that I'm on, and log in with your university credentials. We'll cover the basics of good and bad prompts, talk about multi-step conversations, and then even explore more advanced features like synthesizing information and generating images. We'll also talk about FERPA guidelines when using AI tools. At any point in the video, please feel free to pause this and try out a concept or take notes, because this session is designed for you to learn at your own pace. Let's start with what makes a good versus a bad prompt. A good prompt is clear and specific. The more details that you can give Microsoft Copilot, the better information you're going to get back. As a general rule, AI is only as good as the information that you give it. You want to make sure that you are being as detailed and clear as you possibly can. For example, if you said something like, summarize this article on global trade trends for a beginner audience and 3 key points. You're getting at, okay, you're not just wanting a summary, but we want the 3 key points, and then also obviously provide a link to the article. A bad prompt is when you do something that's too vague. If I just said something like, summarize information on global trade trends in America, that's very broad. Try it out. And so on the bottom here, it says, ask me anything. And these are just some different examples of things that you can do to kind of show the different capabilities of AI. But start with a prompt and then see how it takes you to get the information that you're looking for in your prompt. I'll start with a prompt. Say, I am an instructor in an introductory level marketing course and looking for latest trends in packaging products that are made in the United States that are relatively inexpensive. No idea what it's going to come up with. Let's see what we got. Okay. Here it's identified some trends here, sustainable packaging, and then gives some examples here. Flexible packaging, minimalistic design, paper-based packaging, and smart packaging. And then it gives me more information on on any of those things. If I want to pick one and go more into detail, let's talk about provide me with more information regarding sustainable packaging. What are some companies that are currently using this practice, and provide more specific information on their practices, sustainable practices. Okay. All right, International Paper Company. Okay. Lush. I can say, just from a consumer perspective, my family does shop at Lush, and thinking of Christmas and my girls, and they like that brand. So I might want to dig more into that potentially, and that might connect with students. There's Kellogg's, Just Water. Never heard of Just Water, but I do know Jaden Smith. This is just an example. Again, you might want to pause this and try your own prompt and see what you get. Recap or summarized, a prompt is only as good as you make it. The more information and the more specific that you can be, the better. In this example, I don't think I really said you want 3 different tips or give me 3 different companies. I wasn't very specific that way, but kind of moving on into the multi-step prompting and conversation. A one and done is typically not going to happen when you use AI. You really want to have it be back and forth conversation where you're tweaking or you're modifying things based on the information that you're getting back. I've done this a little bit with the prompt that I just gave, and let's say I want to go more into detail. Provide me with more information about blush and what types of packaging they have for their products. Let's try to be more specific. Provide 3 to 5 products from Lush. Okay. I got a little nervous at first when I saw the word naked products, but naked products just means that they don't have a package that's included on there. So I can say, for example, if you buy their shampoo bar, they come as is, and there's no packaging that goes as part of that. So if you want to keep it in the shower, then they have a recyclable box or tin that you can purchase to put it in, but otherwise not so much. These are couple of their practices that they use for sustainability options. Yes, their shampoo bars, their bath bombs. Anyways, just trying to show you some different options that way. If I wanted to find, okay, provide me with an article that I could use in my class regarding sustainable packaging for Lush. Okay. These seem like they're actually from Lush's website. Don't want that. This is a back and forth conversation example. Provide me with an article not directly from Lush, but about their products from a marketing perspective. All right, here it's giving me kind of a bullet point synopsis of the article. And then if I want to actually go to the article, here we go. This is talking about the marketing strategy of Lush. Sorry if you're sick of me talking about it, but just an example of how to kind of drill in deeper and get more in depth. So I wanted to use this with my students. Then I have this article here for me that it's helped me identify. So let me go back to this tab, trying to think of other things involving multi-step prompting and conversations. I hope this also gave you an idea of how to synthesize information from articles. If you provide a URL of an article as well, so I don't know if you want to pause for a minute and then find an article and then paste it in here. And then you can also ask it to synthesize or summarize information from an article. That could be really handy and helpful for you. So let's say that I want to use the article that it just gave me. Might not be super helpful at this point because I already had it here, but let's pretend like I didn't get this first and I went kind of backwards and I provided an article for it. So I pasted the article and said, provide me with a synthesis of the article that includes a summary analysis that would be helpful for undergraduate students. All right, there's a summary. Here's the key points. I'm not sure. It says this synthesis could provide a comprehensive overview for your students, illustrating how Lush's marketing strategies contribute to its successes. I don't know. If I had more expertise in marketing, I might want to ask some follow-up questions, but this is a good example of a few things. Asking a good prompt having multi-step conversations, and then also being able to synthesize information from articles. Our next kind of point in our topic has to do with image generation. You can use Microsoft Copilot to generate images that could align with your teaching or your presentation needs. Sometimes with copyright issues, you might be having issues with, pulling images, or you don't have enough time to find images. Well, you can have Copilot create it for you. That could be helpful. Say you want to create a colorful infographic talking about the different components of supply chain management. Okay, I don't know. You can try it too. Let's try it. Create a colorful infographic illustrating the components of supply chain management. Let's see what happens. You never know what you're going to get. Let's try it out. Thank you for trying to create that. That's very helpful of you. So it'll take a minute, and it does this little, orbital dance. It's thinking. Okay. Depending on what I want, it's giving me examples of what I could follow up with, add more details on each component, include examples of companies' supply chains. So let's take this. I used Lush before for the company Lush, if possible. I have no idea. Let's see. You don't know unless you try. I know I'm crossing supply chain and marketing now. Oh, now it kind of went backwards. So it went away from the image, and it's talking about supply chain for Lush. Okay. So that's scratch that. That's not really what I was looking for. Let's go back to the infographic. What were some tips here? All right. Maybe it's too colorful. Are there too many colors here? And then what's this thing at the bottom? Let's go back to the infographic. Revise the infographic to make it less colorful and explain or eliminate the circle chain at the bottom. Or make it clearer. Yeah, we like clarity. Who doesn't? Okay. Again, you can try it out too. Pause it and come up with your prompts. It's going to do the little dance again. It's like, what's it going to come up with? I don't know. It's taking a little bit. Okay. I don't know. I have my glasses on, but it's very hard for me to see. But maybe if I click on it, it's better. Okay, look. And then it gives me the option to download it. So I could go back to AI if I wanted to, and I could say, make the wording clearer so that it's more legible to read. Or I could give it further instructions, but then I could take this and I could use it. Something to kind of keep in mind, if I were going to take this and use it in a presentation, I would want to just cite it and say image created with Microsoft Copilot AI. So that's kind of your own citation with that. So feel free to pause the video if you haven't and think of your own image prompt and then see what you come up with and try to refine it just like we did. And then lastly, in terms of best practices and ethical considerations, with FERPA compliance, if you're putting a prompt into AI, don't include any student names, grades, or any other types of identifying information when using Copilot. If you're unsure whether information is FERPA protected, always err on the side of caution when doing so. Always avoid entering medium or high risk information, such as proprietary research or any sensitive data. Just some guidelines that way. In terms of feedback, when you're putting in information, make sure that you're reviewing your inputs and your feedback. And again, it should be more like a conversation that you're having. These could be activities that you're either A, using yourself to help enhance your own teaching, or B, these could be activities, again, depending on what your actual assignment is or what you're doing in class. These could be things that you could be doing for student engagement in class, and then they could be sharing out or sharing back. There's a lot of different ways to use AI. The session really worked on exploring good and bad prompts, having that conversational tone within AI, and then also the image generation feature that's possible with using it. I hope you found this useful and valuable, and thanks for watching.